second. Hold on. Okay, ready? All right, so now we'll start. So circles, and bend your legs a little bit when you do this too, so you're not putting all that stress on your back. And we'll just keep going. So some circles. You don't have to make huge motions off the bat, but you know, considering all of us are relatively limber people, we probably can explore that range of motion. And we're going to go right into jumping jacks. Okay. I like to be creative with my jumping jacks because I think they're boring. So feel free to do, you know, jump in circles, do different things with your arms. Side to side. Or just, you know, be boring. It's fine. It's fine. And then after this, we have those long jumps. So I'm going to get prepared for those. Turn and jump. And just keep going. You don't have to jump super long. But just make sure that you land quietly. Toe ball, heel. Try not to land with your heel first. Pretty jarring for the body. Next, keep going. We have jump half turns. Jump. And I'm going one direction and then the other. One direction and then the other. And keep going. And going. And going. Oh. And then from there, we have step ups, which step up. And if that doesn't work for you, just go back in a lunge, bring your right knee up. Back in a lunge, bring your right knee up. All right, step. I want to see if we alternate, and then alternate legs. So the other knee is going up. Keep going. Cross kick. Kick your leg to the opposite direction and hit it with the opposite arm. You don't have to kick as high as me. If your base range of motion is at a lower point, you don't want to go as high as me. Now we have this arm. Find your cactus arms. We're going to press them together at the elbows and then come out. Press them together. Inhale, come out. Press them together. And just keep that going. Make sure you take a moment to press your elbows together. The next one is going to be reverse flies. Looks like this. No weights. You're just standing in a bent over row with bent knees. And you're just doing your flies. Dun, 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 dun. Squeezing the shoulder blades at the top. And then the next thing we have is calf raises. You can use both feet at a time, up and down. And then the last part of the warm-up is just a squat. I'm just going to hold a squat for 30 seconds. So you can go right from this position into a squat, or to like chair pose. So it's more of a skier squat than like a sumo squat. And try to slow down your breath a little bit as you hold. And as we go into the cardio, because it's going to be 18 exercises and it's going to start much more intense and then lose intensity as it goes. It's also designed so we have 20 seconds of rest in between instead of the normal 15. That may or may not feel like it makes a difference, but it will. And, you know, I can predict, because I don't tend to sleep very much for some reason on Wednesday mornings. So I can predict that I'll be taking a lot of breaks or just going very slow. So you can go faster than me. You can go at my pace, whatever. So I'm going to give you another minute while I give you the first few exercises. The first one is mountain climbers. We all know what those are when you're in a plank. But you could, we're going to do mountain climbers a couple of times. So if you want, you can start high or you can start on the ground. I feel like having both options available is good. And at some point, we'll be doing mountain climbers where we do 5 and we do a push-up. We do 5, you know, and we do a push-up. Then we, after the first set of mountain climbers, we have lunges where the back knee goes on the floor. Not literally, but it can go close or the skin can touch the floor. And then at 20 seconds, you can step and switch legs, or you can hop and switch legs, okay? And then the next couple of exercises are just front kicks where you're stepping back and probably going to on the kick. And then you'll do the other side and then plank stuff, and then things start to repeat with little extra bonuses. So it's not a lot of different things where you're gonna have to keep looking and wondering what's going on. All right, so I'm just gonna blow my nose real quick. This always happens at the beginning of a workout, and then we'll get started. Okay, okay. All right, so mountain climbers to start. Okay, you can start with your hands high or low. It's up to you. So going fast or slow is, you know, up to you. But knowing that this is your first exercise, you might choose to go at a moderate pace. And having 20 seconds to rest will probably really be helpful. And then midway through the 18 exercises, we're going to get a full minute. Okay, so breathing and try not to let your head hang. And after the mountain climbers, we have lunge pulses. So you get 20 seconds here. So little movements are good in between. You don't want to just stand still, but it don't have to be anything strenuous. Well, it doesn't matter which leg you start with in front because we're going to switch. So here we go, lunge pulses. Like I said, you could tap your knee barely to the floor, but you definitely don't want to slam your knee down. All right, we're going to jump and switch, or switch however you want, and then go. And then after this, we have kicks. Not the cereal, but it is tasty cereal. Boy. So we'll start with our right leg, which means our left leg starts in front, so we can bring our right knee up from behind. I can't wait to eat a pizza in response to all this calorie burning. Okay, ready? You can make actual sounds like you would in a martial arts class, or you can just do that forceful exhale. You can go faster than me if you want, but I'm moderating myself. There's no AC in my place, so everything automatically kind of happens at about 75 degrees in here. For the other side. La, 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 la. You can dance if you want to in between. All right, start with the left leg behind you. Okay. And halfway there. Feel free to pick up the pace if you need to. After this, we have a plank hold. If you have the strength, you're gonna lift up one leg in the plank and do little pulses with it. And we'll switch legs at 20. I gotta bring this down here. Okay. Oh. Time for a nap. All right, plank. Lift up your left leg. See if you can pulse it. This shouldn't be in the way. Keep the front of your belly supporting the back of your body. Switch legs if you're doing the leg pulsing. After this, there's more mountain climbers. So stay on the floor. So next one's mountain climbers. Every 5, we're gonna do a push-up. Or if you want, you can just pause with your knee up by your arm. You can just do push-ups too. Okay, ready? Set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, push up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, push up. And keep going. And go slow on your push-up. No need to do anything too quick. Get a little dizzy. So I'm stopping in the plank. So we're gonna do those lunges. Again, if you want the pulses, or we're gonna step up. When we do the lunge pulses this time, you're staying on that side for the full 40 seconds. So right leg with the left knee down, or right foot steps up. Now you could hop on these, but I'm not testing my ankle here. Try to breathe, at least in through your nose if you can. And then the other leg is next. Then we have stuff. I don't know what sometimes I write things down and I can't interpret the next day. It's all right, we'll figure it out. Ready? Other side. All right, I already figured out how to interpret it. If you're doing the lunges, your back knee needs to tap gently if you're going that far. I know that one of us might not be able to. Just fine. Don't try this on a swivelly office chair. What we're going to do is one more before we take a break. It's going to be pulses. We're going to switch at 20 seconds. Doesn't matter which leg first. I'm going to do the left leg. Okay, ready? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, everybody. Okay, switch. Use your butt. Your legs should be straight. So it's using your glutes to lift and your quads to keep your knee from bending. Almost there. Let me get a whole minute. A whole minute. Oh, happy, happy, joy, joy. So then at 10, when we start up again, we're going to do a forearm plank with the option for that leg pulse. And we're doing an ab exercise. It's easy. I'll show you when we get there. And then we're going to repeat those kicks. Stepping up again, a little plank work. Boom, we'll be done before you know it. This is the cold pressed juice from Stuja that I got delivered today. Very good, very tasty. It's got spinach and spirulina, chlorella, and barley grass. Yeah, I know you wanted to know that. Okay, so we got about 20 seconds. And forearm plank. So you're gonna get on the floor. On the floor together. All right, forearm plank and optional lift of the right leg and pulse. You could do little circles too. Little circles. If you do that, switch directions after like 5 or so. And then how about we switch to the other side? Ready? Other leg. Try not to lean too far to the opposite side if you're lifting a leg. After this, we have tuck ups. So you'll go right to your back. Almost there. Good. All right. So sit for a moment. So tuck ups are, we used to call them lemon squeezers back in the days of gymnastics conditioning. You might need to use your hands. So out and in, you might have to use your hands on the floor. Otherwise, try to maintain your arms out in the front. The lower your legs are when they straighten, the harder it is. We're halfway there. See, that wasn't so bad. Now that's it. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Try to get in like 3 more before we go. Oh, geez. Okay. Kicks. We were kicking. That's what we're doing. Okay. Let's do the left leg first this time, because why not? Ready? Left leg behind, and you could choose to do more and do less of a lunge back. but I'm working with compromised balance. So I'm doing mine slower, but go faster if you can, want to. Ah. Whew. And almost there. So right leg. Then step ups. Oh, and then side planky stuff. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Side planky stuff. So these last 3 ones are the biggest bits of cardio that we're doing. Ready? And ha. Halfway there. See, that wasn't so bad. So after this, step ups. Oh, I could kick a little higher, I guess. All right. So you can do step ups, or you could do like little hops. You don't have anything to step up on. I'm gonna say no to hopping. Ready, set, go. Woo. Whew. Keep going. If you can, I start to feel dizzy. Okay. Remember, keep the breathing steady in some way. If your breath is all over the place, it's okay to stop. A little dizzy there. All right. The next one's just the other leg. It'd be great if my ceiling fan worked. That'd be great. All right. Almost there. It's okay to skip an exercise too, by the way. Like, your body's not going to fall apart if you're like, don't do something on one side. So make sure that you're going at a sustainable pace. The idea is not to tire yourself out into oblivion, especially in the middle of the day. You still have stuff you have to do. Almost there. We'll get into our side plank work. I will check. Ah, yes. So you can hold your side plank. If you want, you can have one or both legs out. That's all you're doing is holding. So just be careful of your wrists. Ready? See if it's possible to catch up on your breath here a little bit. Right arm is optional. I'm just doing a loose stretch here. Halfway there. Ah, 10 seconds. We'll come down, switch sides when we get there. Okay, so remember, you can always have one knee down. And then the last two exercises are like side sit-ups. They're fun. I'll show you. Okay, ready, set, and go. Side two. If you want your right knee down, it's totally an option. Whew. Whew. Come down anytime, especially if your arm starts to shake a lot. You don't want to buckle and fall, pull your weight on your wrist or screw up your shoulder. The side sit-ups are super cool. Also, more of a throwback to gymnastics conditioning. Start on your left side. Start with your legs straight. Your arm can be like a pillow. Use your right hand for leverage, and you just crunch up. And try not to like really crane your neck, because a lot of people, it's like they feel like they're getting higher if they tilt their ear towards their shoulder. And the idea is that you're really trying to get really tiny in your waist area. You're not trying to create a huge neck exercise here. You may play with different hand placements, as certain placements will give you more leverage than others. I recommend exhaling when you crunch. Got one more left. This says we're finished, but we're not. I swear we're not. We've got one more. Come on. All right, ready? We're almost there. It's hard for the touch screen to work when you have calloused fingers. Okay, ready? Other side. This is it. This is the moment you've all been waiting for, the last exercise. Take a rest if you need to. And remember, you're not arching in your back. It's more of a front to side thing. Only 10 seconds. Oh, such joy. Come on, get in two more. Get in two more. We're finished for reals now. Oh, okay. So if you're sticking around for stretchies, we'll probably just do about 5 or 7 minutes, and you'll be done by no later than 12:40. So depending on your schedule, you might have to leave now. It's fine. I'm doing these stretches no matter what, even if I have to do them alone. So legs out, but really relaxed. Really relaxed. So knees will pop up. And then just try different angles with the spine, the upper body. And if you want, you can replicate some of those torso circles. The very first thing we did, those crazy little torso circles. Whew. Dun, dun. Okie dokie. So what would happen if we pulled in our left leg and leaned over to the right side, and then you can place your elbow anywhere it'll go and do your best rendition of the thinker. You can go further if you want, but maybe start high and then go lower. This is where you can start to slow down your breath and push yourself out of that adrenaline making mode. So longer exhales is one part of that. The other part is using your nose. If you're a mouth breather, chances are your body is very often in a fight or flight mode of some kind. Let's switch legs, shall we? Over to the other side. Good. All right. So we'll take 2 more poses here. We'll go into deer pose so we can get the outer legs and hips to be stretched. So remember, you're working with 90-degree angles, but then closing the angles as required based on pain or discomfort. You know the difference between your joints hurting and your muscles feeling like they're elongating. So there's where your discernment will come in. You don't want the joints to be in pain. Whew. And I'm going to switch legs, which you can just do by turning around. I'm avoiding my chair, maybe using my chair. Good. Now just stretch the shoulders out a bit. So depending on what we're doing here, you can do the good old clasp your fingers, keep a little bend in the elbows and stretch back. And even if you can clasp your fingers, sometimes it's good to hold onto a strap or a towel with wider arms. But right now, this is what I got. And then remember to change the clasp of your fingers so a different pinky finger rests on the outside. And sometimes I'll just lean forward while I do this. I'm always keeping a little bend in my elbows. You might not be able to tell, but it's there, I promise. Good. So we can end there. Thank you for joining me for a little bit of well-intentioned torture. I will see you later. For sure. Have a good day. Hydrate, please. Make sure you hydrate.